Hey everyone, Damien here from the Entertainment Network once more, bringing you a live commentary on the MTA SA, well, multiplayer mod for the game, for the game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And as you can see, we're not exactly off to the greatest of starts, but anyway, there we go. Finally, we've got ourselves back on track here. So, yeah, found out the problem about the CPU usage. And basically, I'll be able to record, hopefully, as I run into more problems, I'll be able to record more videos for MTSA and SAMP. So, although less of a chance maybe of SAMP, given that, oh, damn it, there we go. Given that doesn't really seem to have any good servers or anything like that on it. Which is kind of fun, really, given the amount of people are playing this online. What the hell, some people like that sort of stuff that SAMP offers, and that's me, I don't really prefer it quite as much. Anyway, the current map that we're playing on this mode is, or modification should I say, is SF Mofo. Interesting name for a map indeed. So yeah, as you can see, we're not exactly doing too well, but what the hell, we'll manage, I guess. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it should be... The frame rate's just fine up until I start the Fraps recording. I haven't really changed the Fraps version or anything like that. I don't know why exactly we received such a dip in the frame rate when I start recording. I mean, normally I wouldn't, but oh well, what the hell. We just have to do the best that we can. And who knows, might actually be able to finish this race before time's up, although I doubt it though, given that we're 13th. What the hell, we'll have to see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned for more video recordings to be released, and for maybe even for a couple of different games that we haven't seen previously, such as Battlezone 2. So it's good stuff there indeed. So yeah, Battlezone 2 is basically a blend of real-time strategy and vehicle and infantry combat all rolled into one. Pretty nice combination, actually. Unfortunately, it didn't prove to be too popular, so you don't see too many games like that nowadays, unfortunately. Although there is a new game called Carrier Command Mission Gaia, or Gaia Mission, something like that, which is sort of in the same vein as well. I mean, has a bit of real-time strategy, and at the same time you can directly control certain vehicles and such. And there we go. Looks like we won't quite make it to the finish line before the end of the map. Well, what can you do? So the next map we're up to is Santos Drive. Interesting. Don't think I've played it before, I just can't remember. And yeah, of course, I should mention that before, the game audio is disabled due to the licensed music that is used in the radio stations, in the in-game radio stations in this game. So rather unfortunate, but oh well. Anyway, we'll just wait for this to start. There we go, Jesus, about time. And damn, there goes the frame rate again. So I'm not really sure what the hell is up with that. Hopefully we're not going to get the same thing happening on other games. There we go. But yeah, I did have a problem with the what the hell? Wow, that thing wasn't loaded quickly. But anyway, yeah, I did have a problem with a virus just screwing around with the computer a bit, and wow, what the hell's going on there? Anyway, with the virus screwing over the computer a bit, so I did have to revert to a previous system restore point before I updated DirectX. I don't know, maybe if a bit of that was screwed up. So yeah, I don't know, maybe if I try to install DirectX once again, hopefully that should fix any particular problems I had there. So it's a bit strange that I'm having them, because I mean the DirectX drivers were fine before. It was actually trying to update to an older version of DirectX, so I shouldn't have really done anything. But what the hell, you can never tell, especially when you rely on things like system restore and all that. And yeah, as you noticed earlier on in this video, there was some problems loading the textures for the road and all that, so I don't know what the hell that's about. I mean, it needs to stream the data off the hard disk, but it didn't have any troubles doing that before. And I've even done a quick defragment of the hard drive as well, just to make sure that was alright, but still had a bit of trouble. I don't know what the hell that's about. Oh, what the hell, I'll just try to make the most of it, I guess. So yeah, given that other games wouldn't stream from the hard disk nearly as much as GTA, it's Grand Theft Auto SA, especially with these these multiplayer modifications using additional map elements, more so than the original game usually. Hopefully the frame rate should be right, but actually the frame rate's good now. So, and of course, as I say that, it dips a tiny bit, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing too badly. Rather strange. Oh well. There we go, we're still 11th, got 3 minutes to go. We might actually be able to make it to the finish line, who knows? Who knows? Although probably not, given that we've got the first few people coming in to the finish line and we're still a pretty good deal behind. Oh well, have to see what happens, I guess. And of course got the damn frame rate, it's going berserk. Yeah, look at that. Loading, taking a long time to load textures for some reason. Not really. I don't know what the hell that's about. The only other thing I'm doing differently is I've disabled the antivirus while playing, but I didn't think that actually have a negative effect though. Anyway, we'll rate the map average, and yeah, we actually managed to finish 11th just a few seconds before the end of the map. Not too bad. Huh. Interesting. Oh, anyway, let's see what the next map is. Brianza Grand Prix. Interesting. And it's got 7 megabytes to download, Jesus. Yeah, it's a bit of an annoying thing about the latest updates to this modification. You can have custom models and all that, which is alright, but then you got people... well, talk about textures not loading, but anyway, then you usually have people, you know, coming up with all sorts of custom crap that doesn't really look that much different from the original stuff. Wow, that's interesting. Wonder if this... Oh, it might actually be, yeah, custom textures as well that they're using. Interesting. And wow, we're getting very bad frame rates again for some reason. Not really sure why. And there we go. Just went back to normal. So I don't know what was that about. Might have been all the cars interacting, but then again, I should have been able to handle that before. Yeah, it does seem rather strange. And there we go, frame rate going down again. There we go, now it's sort of back to normal. Actually, I might just pause the recording though, just to see if that has any effect. Okay, there we go, just restarting the recording once again, so you didn't really miss too much, just me crashing into a wall. So yeah, not really sure why we're getting such horrible frame rate drops, but yeah, it seems I might not be making too many recordings of... Damn it, there we go. Might not be making too many recordings of this either. Which is a bit of a shame really, because there's an interesting multiplayer modification. Huh. Oh well, screw it. And of course now the frame rate's back to normal. Or rather it's slightly lower, it's just limited, I have that little frame rate lock thing on to 30, well it's meant to be 30 frames a second, but of course it can dip below that. And again we got that texture pop up. Interesting. Actually this map isn't really the greatest either really. I think we've done well we're either doing multiple laps or we're just having many similar track elements. In either case, yeah, it's not really the greatest map, but still it's not too shabby. I just wish that frame rates wouldn't be so bad though. Oh well, but it seems to be, it's not too bad at the moment. And it is the same section that we were at before. So we didn't see much of a frame rate drop this time, so I don't know what the hell caused it before. Huh. Anyway, damn it. Ridiculous sharp term to put there, to say the least. There we go. I don't know, might have to look into that frame rate issue afterwards. For the time being, let's see if we can enjoy some, wow, rather amateurish racing, I suppose. And there we go, looks like one of the players has finally come into first. I'm 6th at the moment, so maybe, wow, what the hell? Why is the frame rate doing that, I wonder? Anyway, so we're 6th though, so we might be able to get in before the time runs out, but I doubt it though. Yeah, just having a look at the hard drive is certainly wearing away there. So yeah, for one reason or another, it just doesn't seem to be performing too well with it. Damn it, streaming all the information for San Andreas at the same time. Oh, that's just great. And of course, yeah, we didn't manage to finish the race either, of course. Oh well. And there we go, time's up. That's interesting. Apparently they have a most wanted event every day. I wonder what the hell that is. Anyway, so the next map we're going to is Zrink by MSD as well, who apparently has made quite a few of these maps actually. I noticed his name on a couple of other maps. Let's see how we go here. And yeah, here we go. We're just standing still, and the frame rate is about 25. And I'm not really sure why I can't get up to 30 frames a second, but anyway. Wow. Talk about bad frame rate there. Okay, I suppose the good news is the frame rate doesn't appear to be related to the actual recording itself, because it was tremendously bad. Wow. It was tremendously bad when it wasn't recording, when I stopped that recording briefly, so I don't know what the hell's going on there. Very strange indeed. Might just try once again just to briefly pause the recording. Okay, it's interesting. Our frame rates came back to normal, although it's normal at the moment even when recording. So yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there. In fact, yeah, I can't hear any of the radio stations either. It's very strange. Alright, well, I think we'll have to just about discontinue the recording for the time being, but I don't know, at the very least I'll have a new video release, so, which has been a while. So yeah, I suppose until next time, this has been Damien Tadvich, signing off.